If you've ever looked at your condo's reserve contribution and thought, why is this number so high? This episode is for you. Today, we're going to break down how that number is actually calculated and why it often feels much higher than people expect. Let's start with some good news. The basic math is simple. Imagine a roof that costs $100,000 and lasts 20 years. 100,000 divided by 20 equals $5,000 a year. Save that amount every year, and after 20 years, the money is there to replace the roof. No scramble, no surprise. Every component in a reserve study, roof, pool equipment, elevators, is calculated the same way. That's the normal annual contribution. So if the math is that simple, why does the number feel so high? Usually for two reasons. First, deficit funding. Most buildings didn't start saving on day one. Imagine the same roof, 10 years into its life, the association should have $50,000 saved. But what if it only has 20,000? That $30,000 shortfall doesn't disappear. It gets spread over the remaining years. Suddenly, the contribution isn't $5,000 a year. It's closer to 8,000. The longer a building has been underfunded, the larger the catch-up becomes. In Florida, many buildings are funded somewhere between 0 and 35% of where they should be. The second reason is inflation. Reserve studies use today's cost, but replacement costs don't stay the same. Roofing materials, concrete, and labor all become more expensive over time. That's why many reserve analysts recommend adding an inflation factor of roughly 3.5% per year. And here's why contributions can feel sudden. They don't rise smoothly. A project estimated at $2 million may ultimately cost $4 million. The more underfunded a building is, the harder the surprises hit. So, when a reserve contribution looks high, it usually isn't an error. It's simply the math catching up. The building is telling you what it actually costs to maintain the property properly. The most important page in any reserve study is the summary page. It shows what the building should have, what it actually has, and the gap between them. Learn to read that one page and you'll understand the entire report. Next episode, we'll discuss what all of this means when you're buying special assessment versus reserve fund, and the signals every buyer should check.